we look back at the firestorm of activity on this social media video that the church posted from Bucky's wonderful and eloquent answer that he gave Sunday. And that specific question, once again, was, do I use my non-believing coworkers' preferred pronouns or not? Do you know what a preferred external pronoun is by any other name? It's a made-up name. In some literal sense, it is, because someone's deciding that they want to change their name as well as their pronoun. Here's the connection between them and us, guys. We all use made-up names. There's the bridge. We all use made-up names. That's our false identities, our false self, our personas that we're upkeeping. This chart that's on the screen right now, this breakdown comes from someone who knew brokenness, who knew mental health disparities. Henry Nouwen was a wonderful priest and theologian, and he went to live with broken people who were totally discarded by the rest of the world and didn't fit into neat categories. And he went and he lived amongst them, and he found out his identity was just being ripped apart because in this community with the disabled, there was no more validation. He had no more social status. He became like them. And the Lord just ripped apart what he had thought about himself previously. And so all the ways he said about himself, I am what I have, gone. I am what I do. No one here cares about my professional competencies as a theologian. So that's out the window. I am what other people say about me. These folks who he worked with the mental health community, they didn't care who he was. And maybe we can place ourselves in this story, guys. I'm nothing more than my worst moment. Who's doing that right now? I'm nothing more than my worst moment as an identity persona, a made-up name for yourself. Who's in here conversely saying, I'm nothing less than my best moment? I'm still talking about the glory days, and that's who I am. And that's your made-up name. Who will go first in saying, yeah, this is the label I used externally to show the world? Well, I'm up here, so I'll just tell you what are my labels and what are my made-up names? I'm Mr. Control, man. If I can't control the narrative and the communication of the church, you know how many things I'm doing in the church right now that I have no business touching? Like, to just be a lead pastor and just worry about the teaching and preaching and raising up of the next generation of leaders. And I'm over here in the comment section of social media. What are you doing? We have a team of like half a dozen volunteers helping us run the social media. And I have to wade into the debate this last week. Why? Because I'm a recovering control freak. That's my made-up name. And I'm, another one, I'm Mr. Competent. I gotta look smart. I gotta look like I'm well-read. I'm so thankful for the limits of children. God gives you children, and they come to you with all the questions of the universe. And I'm like, kid, like, go to Google. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what kind of tanks they used in World War II, Levi. Or what date it was that they stormed the beach. Whatever. I don't know, man. And yet the temptation for like the first 6-7 years of parenting was like, I have to have an answer for all their questions. Because I got to look strong to the kids, and I got to look like I know it all. Such a know-it-all thing in my family system, for real. And what a greater peace I have now to just be like, I don't know the answer, dude. We'll have to look it up later. We'll have to read a book. What is it for you? What's your made-up name? Any perfectionists out there? Yeah. Fixers? Where's my fixers at? Anyone out there just, hey, I got to fix everyone? Yeah, thank you, Bob. How about the peacemakers? Any peacemakers out there that I got to make everyone okay? Is everyone okay? Is everyone all right? I got the people pleasers, right? And that's your made-up name? And those are all kind of positive things. Those come from your gift mix and your personality, that you can keep the peace, that you can fix, that you can be a perfectionist. I'd be sunk if it weren't for people that had a higher definition of excellence than I have. I'm thankful for them. What about the flip side of the coin? Sometimes we delude ourselves with the positive, the overly positive persona. But what about the other side, the inadequate? Who's in here just with the made-up name of, I'm inadequate. I'll never be enough. I can't do that. The non-pretty. I'm not beautiful like he or she is. I'm not gifted. The ungifted, made-up name that you're projecting to the world. The orphan, the wounded. We all have these identities that we're wrestling with. And they're all exterior, aren't they? Can you see the connection that I'm making here between pronouns and between these made-up names that we do every single day? It's all about the exterior. When you log in, this is corporate friends of mine. When they log into their corporate Zoom call, it's the first thing you must see, right? You throw out there the preferred pronouns. Same thing in social media, same thing when we're meeting each other. It's this external thing that has to happen. But we're positive here at this local church. And this is how Bucky answered online. You can go back and watch it, but this is how he answered. We believe that Jesus everywhere worked from the inside out. That's how transformation happens, from the interior life out. That's how Jesus worked.